What's up, guys and gals? This is Rants here to talk to you about the Nintendo Switch. Should you get it? Should you wait? Or should you just pass in general? And I'm going to get to that at the end, but if you're just going to watch the first 10 seconds of the video, my suggestion is it depends on you. For me, I am a paramedic. I work two 24-hour shifts, which while I'm there for 24 hours at a time, I'm there. I can't leave other than to run a call and go from a patient's house to a hospital. That's just what I do. That's what I've chosen to do, and I in general love my job. There's days I don't, but everyone has those days. But getting back to the Switch, for me, since I'm never at home, I play a lot of games on the go. I have a laptop that I play all my games on. It's an Alienware. I know I could have built it myself, but once again, I don't know how to build a laptop, and I can't justify building a desktop that I'm only going to play maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And so for me, the day that the Switch was announced, I've always been a Nintendo fanboy, so you might get a little bit of bias in this. But in general, the day it was announced, I went and pre-ordered it at Walmart. Getting it is a whole another rant for a whole another day. Just midnight releases. It's the first one I've ever been to, and I might have been the coolest person there. And I'm not that cool. I'm wearing Hogwarts shirts for all crying out loud. But getting back to the Switch, the pros is that it's ultra portable. It feels really good in my hands. Whenever I play it, I can sit on my bunk and play it. I have a little stand. We'll talk about the stand in a minute. But I have a little stand I can set it on and play it with just the Joy-Cons, or I can use my little grip that makes it look like a dog. I can play it in the truck whenever we're not going to a call, but whenever we're coming back from a call from a hospital, I can totally play it there. And in general, I can play my games anywhere I go, and it's a full-fledged console. It feels really great in your hands. Yeah, the screen isn't 1080p, but also it's not $500 for just a screen. Another thing I really like about it is that I can play Zelda anywhere. I can play Zelda on the bathroom. I can play Zelda at work. I can play Zelda while my wife's watching Rain on the CW. I can play Zelda whenever I want. And yes, I could do that with the Wii U, but I'm not tethered to a console. I can go to whatever room I want. I can play my games wherever I want, and that's just a great thing. I think, and all in all, the thing about the Switch is that it has so much potential. It can do so many great things, but we just don't know what is in the stocks. I was a big fan of the Wii U. The only thing about the Wii U was that I feel like they didn't market it well. I think it could have been really good. They had a lot of rehashes. They did a lot of, Twilight HD, Wind Waker HD, and yes, the Switch is getting Mario Kart Deluxe, but that's a whole nother story. The things I don't like about the Switch is the battery life. I can play about 2.5 hours on the go, which isn't bad. It isn't good. I don't know why I put it in the con column. But because it's kind of in the middle, it's good for what you're getting. And whenever you play Skyrim, whenever it comes out, I'm sure it's going to have the same amount of battery life. And but at the same time, can you play your Xbox not plugged into a wall with its own TV for 2.5 hours? No, you can't. You can do that. You can only get that kind of experience on a Switch. Another thing I don't like about the Switch is the amount of space on the Switch itself. 32. I don't feel like 32 gigabytes is just enough. I understand why they're doing it. They tried to get as much as they could without having as much, without it being super expensive. I totally get it. It makes sense. I'm just not a fan of it. And the thing that I have to gripe about the most, I don't want to sound like CNET or anything, but this little kickstand, I feel like it's an afterthought. I think it was a good idea, in thought. They just didn't fully think it through. Everything else and that's the thing that makes me mad about it, is that everything else feels great. The screen feels great. It doesn't get loud whenever you play it. It doesn't get super hot whenever it's plugged in and you're playing it as well. There's a lot of things, looks, fits, and finish that's really great about the Switch in general. Just that's why I'm just so boggled by this little itty bitty kickstand thingy. And another thing I don't like is that that's what's holding in the micro SD card, and there's nothing keeping it from like popping out. I know you have to actually like try to get it and all that, but that's just another thing that I gripe about. And the last con, but it's getting better, is there's just not enough games out right now. Like, yeah, we're getting Neo Geo games, which I didn't even know that was a thing. I feel like I'm kind of a nerd and I didn't understand what that was. And there's games that are coming, so don't like. It's gonna be worth it, just not yet. I wouldn't trade my Xbox One in to get a Switch. I wouldn't. If you have the $300, go buy it. If you're gonna if you're like me and you're not at home a lot, it's totally worth it. But if you're a guy who works like 9 to 5, or you come home from school and you want to play some video games and you have a place that you can sit down and play games, I don't feel like it's worth it yet. There are going to be some games coming. Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey looks really cool. Skyrim on the go just itself. If they could get Dark Souls 3 on this, oh my gosh, I will be happier than I think is possible. And so, in general, I would say wait. And it pains me to say this because I'm a big Nintendo fanboy. I really am. I want to say that they do everything great. All things are good and shiny over in the Nintendo Palace. But there's just some things that they just need to iron out. There's a couple. It's a brand new system, and there's a bunch of little bugs that need to be kicked in, figured out. And as far as like all the weird things, I guess I'm lucky. I haven't had any scratching from the dock on my screen. I haven't had any issues with my left Joy-Con. The biggest problem that I've had is that, and this is all just me being a retard, or me being stupid, is that on the Joy-Con, if you notice, there's a little negative sign, and on the Joy-Con slider thingy, I don't know what it's called, but on this, there's also a negative sign. But what I didn't realize whenever I put this on for the first time is that there's also a plus side, which goes to the other side of the Switch, the other Joy-Con, right? And what's very possible to do, and I did it the first time whenever I was trying to show my wife, hey, this is really cool, check out what I can do, and then I put this thing on, and then I put it on backwards. But it's totally possible to put a minus on a plus, and I'm not doing it now because it took me forever to figure out how to get off. But yeah, that's a thing. Don't do that. I also really enjoy this. If you're on the fence about if you should get a Pro controller or if you should wait, I would wait getting a Pro controller because honestly, I don't have that big of hands, so I might not be a good litmus test on if you need it for your hand size. But for me and how I play, this is perfect. I can sit and play this next to in my room. I haven't had any other than frame rate drops. I haven't had any issues. I haven't had my left Joy-Con hasn't gotten disconnected, and like I said, I haven't had any problems with my Switch getting scratched. So in general, like I said, I give it 2 thumbs up. But I would wait. Like for the potential, 2 thumbs up. Right now, I give it just 1. And my wife is making noise. She's in the other room. Yeah. So, and also, if Nintendo, if you're listening, because of you guys have time to watch videos all night, the only things I wish you guys really could get done is get rid of friend codes, because my brother is going to be getting a Switch, and I really want to destroy him on Splatoon, and I don't want to tell him a 13-digit code. I feel like that's outdated. It was cool for the 3DS. It was cool for the Wii, the first Wii, the Wii U. I miss Miiverse. I might be the only guy who might be saying that, but I miss Miiverse. I thought it was cool. And then also, if you guys could get an achievement system where, I picked up the Master Sword and I got a thing that said, hey, you picked up a Master Sword, and I could post it on Facebook. Another thing I just thought of this, but I think is really neat, is that the picture capture button is really cool. It's something that I didn't think I was going to be using a lot, and then I am getting messages from my friends saying, "Hey, stop posting about Zelda because we get it. You're playing it a lot." Because there's so many in that game. I'm going to be getting a review done on that as soon as I can get some sort of video capture thing so I can show you guys playing it and my things about it. Snapshot, it's awesome. I have been a Zelda fan since I played Ocarina for the first time, and I hate to say it, but it might be the best Zelda game I've ever played, and that's a lot for me to say. So if you guys like this video, feel free to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anger, anything like that, feel free. If you want to troll me all day, I don't care. Feel free to put a comment down below. And as always, I hope you guys are having safe. Don't do drugs or anything like that, because that's bad. And because if you do heroin, we'll give you Narcan. You guys have a good night. See ya. Peace out.